Hi, welcome back to the course. In this video, we are going to create the controller and we are going to create our very first REST endpoint. Let's begin. So before that, I'm going to close all the files just to keep it simple. And I'm going to close the other project which we have created using the Spring Initializer. Okay, so now we are working on the Spring REST API project. So let's expand this, and inside this source main Java, we are going to create a new package. Just like we have discussed in our application architecture, we are going to divide our application into multiple layers. And to organize our application, just like the production application, we are going to create a few packages. So the first package we are going to create is the controller package. So right click on the base package and choose package, and let's call controller. So this package contains all the controller classes, and inside this we are going to add a new controller. So we're going to create a new class, and I'm going to call this employee controller and click finish. Let me expand this. Alright, so now we have created the Java class. So in order to convert this class into a controller, we are going to add a single annotation, which is the @controller annotation. So let me import this annotation. So by adding this @controller annotation, now this class is responsible for handling the HTTP request, which means the server will send the HTTP request to this class. Not only this class, if you create any class and that class is annotated with the @controller annotation, then the server will send all the HTTP requests to these classes. So now inside this we are going to create the handler methods. Public string, I'm going to call this get employees, so this handler method will return a string. So let me return a string which is displaying the list of employees. Alright, now we have created this handler method. So as we discussed, inside the controller, every handler method is mapped to a URI. When the user sends a HTTP request, let's say localhost :8080/employees, so this /employees, which is nothing but the URI, and this URI we are going to map it to the handler methods. So now let's map this URI to this handler method, which is get employees. So in order to map this, we are going to use an annotation called @request mapping, followed by the URI /employees. So we also discussed that every URL contains the HTTP method, which is a get or a post or put or delete. Similarly, we also need to specify the HTTP method in which this handler method is mapped to. So the way to specify the HTTP method is by using the method attribute, and we are going to use the HTTP method which is get. So when the user sends a HTTP GET request to the /employees, then the server sends that request to this controller, which is the employee controller, and it is going to map it to the get employees handler method, because the get employees method is mapped to the /employees. So this /employees and this /employees will match, and it also looks for the HTTP method, since this will be a get request and this also contains the HTTP get method, and this get employees method will be executed, and it is going to return the displaying the list of employees text. So let me import the @request mapping annotation, and let me get rid of this comment. Alright, so now we have created the controller and we have created the handler method, and handler method is mapped to the URI. So let me import the HTTP method as well. Alright, this is not HTTP method and this is request method. Alright, so let's import this request method. Alright, so now we have created the handler method and it is mapped to the /employees URI. But since we are dealing with the RESTful web services, every time when we make a HTTP request, we should expect the HTTP response. Okay, so in order to return the HTTP response from this method, we are going to use annotation called @response_body annotation. So let me import this @response_body annotation. So this is going to return the displaying the list of employees inside the HTTP response body. So that's why we are going to use @response_body annotation. If we are not creating the RESTful web services, then we don't need to use this @response_body annotation. We are going to return the template engines like which we have used in our application. We are going to return the data to the template engines. But since we are dealing with the RESTful web services, we are going to annotate this method with the @response_body annotation. Not only this method, we are going to annotate every method with the @response_body annotation. Alright, so now we have created this method. So let's go ahead and run our application and see what do we get. So let me save this file and now let's go to the main class. Let me start the application. You can click on this plus button and choose the Spring Boot application and click OK. This will start the Spring Boot application and it will start in the port 8080, localhost 8080. So you can see the application has been started running on the port localhost 8080. Let's navigate to the browser and open a new tab. Go to the URL which is localhost:8080/employees. We should see the message displaying the list of employees. Alright, now we have created our very first REST endpoint which is /employees. Okay, so let me go back to our STS IDE and let's open the employee controller. Okay, so now we have annotated this employee controller with the @controller annotation, and we have annotated our handler method with the @request mapping annotation and the @response_body annotation. But if you look at this, we are using 3 annotations just to create one single REST endpoint. We can even reduce this by adding a few other annotations which will eventually use these annotations internally. So which means instead of using the @controller annotation, we can use @REST_controller annotation. So let me comment that. I will use @REST_controller annotation. Let me import this. So this is nothing but the combination of @controller annotation plus @response_body annotation. So if we use @REST_controller annotation, then we don't need to use the @response_body annotation on every handler methods. Okay, so we don't need to use this @response_body annotation. We can get rid of this. Okay, you can see now we have just a single two other annotations, which is a @REST_controller annotation and @request mapping annotation. Okay, so remember that @REST_controller annotation is a combination of @controller annotation as well as the @response_body annotation. So let me get rid of this. Let me save this. Okay, so now let's come back to this handler method. So we have annotated this handler method with the @request mapping annotation. This will take 2 options, which is the value and the method, and the request method is get. So the Spring also provides a handful annotations if we are using the get method, post method, put method, or delete methods. If you are for every HTTP methods, there is a annotation, so we can use those annotations to map the handler methods. Since here we are dealing with the HTTP GET method, we can use @get mapping annotation followed by the URI, which is /employees. So now we don't need this above one. So let me comment this. Let me import the @get mapping annotation. Similarly, we have @post mapping annotation, @put mapping annotation, @delete mapping annotations. For every HTTP method, there is an annotation. We can use those annotations to map the handler methods. Alright, so now let's save this and let me stop the server. And let's restart the application again. Alright, the application is started. Let's navigate to the browser and let's go ahead and /employees. When we hit enter, we should see the same response, which is displaying the list of employees. Alright, now we have created our very first REST endpoint, and we have seen a couple of annotations, which is @controller annotation, @rest controller annotation, @request mapping annotation, and @get mapping annotations. I hope you enjoyed this video. In the next video, we are going to create other REST endpoints to perform the database CRUD operations. I will see you in the next video.